Hi. So I put out a song on Halloween called Bite Me, and I know a lot of you are probably asking roughly the same question. What the hell was that? First off, Bite Me is a song that I've had laying around for 3 years that I decided to pick up and finish. And the reason I decided to pick up and finish it is because Jacqueline is a side project that I've had in mind for a little bit that right now is just made up of songs that I thought were a bit too far out of the realm of hiiC, but not too far out of the realm of things I would want to post in general. There's a few things I want to do with it, but as for right now, it's a side project. So I wanted to put Bite Me out as a teaser without charging patrons, just so I can say, hey, here's the side project that I'm going to be doing in between, like, main hiiC stuff. Are you guys cool with that? And that's a genuine question. If you're a patron especially, let me know what you think about Jacqueline, because it's a side project that I want to do to get myself through the winter. But I didn't just want to spring it on patrons without them knowing what the hell I was doing. I'm thinking of putting out a few songs as Jacqueline and then putting those into a short little EP and putting that out in spring. So go check out Bite Me. I'll have more stuff coming like that soon. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments what you think about me doing side projects and intermission stuff. So besides that, the second hiiC album is out. It's called Self I Can't Keep. It's got 20 tracks. If you want to give me the most support, it's on Bandcamp. If you want to just find it, it's on iTunes and Spotify. There's also a music video we shot for spring cleaning.
I'm spring cleaning. Things are left in here that I've been on.
The idea was like when I was moving, like when I was first cleaning out my room and writing the song, there was a bunch of sentimental stuff that I just kind of knew I had to throw out, but I threw it in a box. And I thought, like, yeah, I'm gonna do a video, like, based on these things. And then after shooting some talent shots, I realized there's probably more I could do with the song. And I figured, like, how confident am I in my life right now? Like, if I'm getting into a new environment and things are changing, I really have to force myself to change too. So I talk a little bit about shitty behaviors that I used to have and some places where some of them stem from, just so they're not issues or secrets, just so I can toss them aside and move forward. Out of respect for, like, some people who have been involved with me, like, I didn't go too deep, because I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. But huge thanks to all the listeners and all the patrons for making this album happen. Or if you're just new, hi, welcome. I hope you like what you hear. It's Self I Can't Keep. You can Google it. And also thanks for helping me hit the $500 milestone on Patreon. If I was someone who had all of their life together and, like, a huge company behind me, and I was, like, rich and famous and totally put together, I would have had a bunch of merch ready to just launch as soon as that hit the milestone. Part of the reason that it is a milestone is that I need money to do it. And so it may take a month or two of releases to actually get merch out. I don't like admitting defeat, and I don't like being like, hey, I know I said this, but you're gonna have to wait a little longer until this. Just being a little realistic. Nonetheless, I'll have some merch soon, probably some t-shirts, maybe hoodies because it's winter. Once I start doing merch, I'll also add a tier to Patreon to include merch, and I'll have more to say about that when it happens. Thanks a ton to the patrons for getting me over the $500 milestone. Thanks especially to Kior, who, like, doubled their pledge. And thanks to Andrew, Shell, James for top pledges, as always. If you're not a patron, you should go check that out. It helps keep this machine turning. It's one of the few things keeping a roof over my head. And you can also get early releases, bonus content, VIP status, stems to new songs, unreleased songs that are just floating around. So as always, gonna promo on my Patreon. And speaking of supporting artists, there's a friend of mine, Allie, who you might know as Clone, who's in the middle of a very tumultuous living situation and could use some help. It's a pretty complex story about money and family and illness. I think they're a brilliant, beautiful, and dedicated soul, and I hate to see them going through this. And I'll link their fundraising post below. We've known each other for a while, and we did a 7-hour stream when my album came out. And I'll link to her Bandcamp so you can check out her music and offer her support. And if that's not within your means, at least her blog can help spread the word around. She really needs it, and I would appreciate it. I'm really hoping things work out for you, Allie. Good luck. Okay, last thing, NaNoWriMo. This month's gonna be hectic in a way that the past few months have not been, and also cold, like the past few months have not been. And writing is something that I've actually always done, and barely ever do anything with. I've been writing stories and world building like a universe in which all of my stories can take place in since I was like 8. And I'm currently in the process of taking the best aspects of this insane multiverse that it has been in my head forever, and writing it into a story for NaNoWriMo. I'm really used to having Google Docs or notes open in another tab and just writing like all the time. But as much as I thought that I write a lot, I checked my word counts and realized that NaNoWriMo is really goddamn hard. I'm almost at my quota for 3 days, after spending the 3rd day catching up on the last 2 days. I have a few ideas about how to publish it, but I mean, I want to get the book done first before I think about that. And next year's fall semester, I kind of want to go back to school, which means next year is going to be a make it or break it point for me content-wise, because I don't know how well I'm going to manage this if I have classes and a job. But we'll see. I'm spending the rest of the year doing some side project stuff, getting merch ready, getting a few other creative things ready, and just mostly hibernating for the winter, because my idea of hibernating is staying in the same place, but frantically doing way more work than usual. Hope you guys like the album, hope you guys like the music video, hope you guys like Jacqueline-Eyed. I hope you like this video. If you do, click like. If you just found me and you like what you see and what you hear, I stream every Monday at 7 Central, and if you want to know when that goes on, turn on notifications. But I gotta get back to writing because I'm behind quota on NaNoWriMo. So thank you, and I'll see you guys around. Keep climbing.